सन्मात्रमद्वयमनामयचिच्छरीरं तत्त्वं पदार्थनिगमामृतबोधरूपं कोऽहं विचारमहसैव च बोधनीयम् आनन्दमात्मरमणं शरणं प्रपद्ये।
ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। हरिः ॐ। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सदाशिवसमुद्भूतशुद्धज्ञानैकरूपिणीं रमणाचार्यसम्पूर्णां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। यस्मिन्नेव भवेत् स्थितं जगदिदं यस्यैव सर्वं जगत् यस्मात् सर्वमिदं भवेत् समुदितं यस्मै समस्तं भवेत् येनेदं निखिलं जगत् समुदयात् सर्वं यदेव स्वयं सत्यं गुप्तधनं तदेव हृदये तत्सत् परम धीमहि। So for the last 1 week we have been seeing Ulladu Narpadu Anubandham. And yesterday and day before yesterday, the most important verse that Bhagavan wrote that we were meditating, Hridaya Kuhara Madhye Kevalam Brahmamatram hi Ahamashamiti Sakshad Atmarupena Bhati हृदि विषमनसा स्वं चिन्वता मज्जता वा पवनचलनरोधाद् आत्मनिष्ठो भवत्वम्। This Bhagavan has translated to Tamil that we were seeing. idayamāṅ guhaiyi ṇāppan ēkamām brahmamatram adu aham மா-ணேரே yavirndiḍum āṇmā-v-āha idayamē sārvāy taṉணை எண்ணி ஆழ் அல்லது vāyu அதனுடன் ஆழ்மனத்தால் ஆன்மாவில் நிஷ்டன் ஆவாய். The truth of Vedanta, that the Supreme Being is shining forth in the heart as the I am, as the I. That was declared in the first portion of the sloka. In the cave of the heart, what the Upanishads speak as Brahman, the same Brahma, it alone is shining as I am. Many places Bhagavan very directly takes you there, simplifies the whole thing. Someone asks Bhagavan about God, and he will come out with the answer, we are not sure about God. Anyway, nobody denies one's own existence. Everyone knows I am. So what you know, at least be clear about it, what it is. What is this I? See, such a clear knowledge. That's something very, very simple. It is not that somebody told Bhagavan, you say self-knowledge is simple, but only you have declared that it is simple. Bhagavan said it is simple. It is not that I have declared it. It is simple. Then why difficulty? Because you are complex. It is not the other way around. See, complex things are being done by people. This computer, this artificial intelligence, what all things, very, very complex things looks very simple. Even little children are able to handle that. But when you speak about the most simplest thing, not about God, not about some unseen thing, not about a seen thing, but about a direct thing, you need not even put effort to see it. Even to see, you need eyes. To speak about heaven or God, you need belief. But to be yourself, you don't need anything. That is, it's already there. In Tamil, they say, mudinda kade. It's all over. Shankaracharya uses the same word in Brahma Sutra Bhasha. He says, Bhuta Vastu Vishayam. Bhuta Vastu means over. What are you going to see? There in Sri Lanka, there was one Siddha, that Yalpana Yoga Swami's guru. His name was Challappan. In Mountain Path, there was an article about him where many sayings were put. One saying is, Eppoludo mudinda kade. It is long, long back over. What are you going to do? So the truth is always shining forth in the heart. And all our difficulty is to remove our complexity of our brain, our thinking style, looking for everything outside. See, one thing we can say. We generally speak about punyam. Punyam is called, in the scripturally, it is called adrishtam also. Adrishtam means you do not know the cause, you cannot see it, it is adrishtam. Virtue. it is translated as virtue, but it is not virtue. Spiritually, punyam means the power to have immense faith. The more you become dry inwardly, you will question everything, rationalize everything. Unnecessarily, this desert will be always active. You know, this is desert. All garden is here. This is desert, unnecessarily burning. Somewhere you will see photo, fire in the head. So when you have purva punyam, when a master like Bhagavan tells you tattvamasi, one word, in Ozhivilodukam in Tamil, there is a Vedanta Kriti where the Guru tells the disciple tattvamasi, and the disciples is finished, over. A little bit the disciple asks, what can I do something to you? What can I give you back? And the Guru said, the only help that you can do to me is go without looking back. And stay in that state. Abide there. So this is the only help that you can render. One word, thou art that, tattvamasi, you are that. Whole thing is over. That is too simple. We will go for Giri Pradakshina. Something must be done, something to do is needed. Or we will do some puja, at least something good. When you come to this Vedanta Jnana, all other things becomes redundant. Stay with that truth which is ever shining forth within you as aham, as I am. Just the only power that you need is this power to recognize, shraddha, attention, avadhana. Yoga Shastra uses the word avadhana. Recently we were seeing this Yoga Taravali of Shankaracharya. And the first verse Shankaracharya says, Sapadalaksha layavadhana. He uses the word about 1,25,000 methods by which the mind is made to merge and become alert. It merges in sleep, no alertness. It merges, you hear some music, no alertness. It merges and there is absolute vigilance. And Sadashiva has revealed 1,25,000 methods of merging and becoming alert. And from that, one method of Nādā-nusandhana is taken in that work. So like that, this enquiry, this āṇmā-v-āha is also hridaya vidya, is also layavadhana. The mind merges in the heart, but you are absolutely alert, vigilant. So that is Bhagavan dealing with it in the second half. Idayamē sārvāy. Let the mind enter the heart. Enter the inner chamber, the cave. How will it enter? That is the question. How will it enter? When people with devotion came to Bhagavan, naturally it happened. Entering the cave of the heart is not something imaginary. And the cave of the heart is revealed to you when you meet the right sannidhi outside. Bhagavan says, when you come to Arunachala, what happens? The inner cave of the heart is located. You find it there. The place where the I, that spurana, that pulsation is there. Or if you have bhakti, that mantra spandana is there. By that you identify the center where the mind arises and to which center the mind goes back. And allowing the mind to go back to that center, Bhagavan indicated to Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni that it is tapas. See, in Bhagavan's story we all know that the great austere person, tapasvi, Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni. In fact, his biography is there in ashram. The very title of the book is Mahatapasvi, the great austere one. Such a person is asking Bhagavan, what is tapas? We have to take that question very seriously, because it is not that he does not know what is tapas. He is not asking about the so-called austerity. He is asking about a state where there is tapas. In the Vedic literature, we say the earthly plane, this is the plane of Bhu, where the body, the senses, the mind, these things alone are there. That is why in Akshara Manamalai, Bhagavan speaks about what? Bhumanam. The smell of earth. That is only senses, mind, body, objects, only that much. Then the mind moves upward, and the ultimate is Puranamanam. This Puranamanam is not smell. It means merging in the Puranam. Thirumanam. It is merging in the Puranam. In between is these things: Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, then Suvaha, higher divine plane, then Mahaha, then Janaha, then just before the last, there is a world which they call Tapaha, the state of tapas. See, in absolute selflessness, where the ego is not at all moving, inwardly your mind enters into that plane of tapas. That is what Bhagavan refers to as Hridayam also. So when Kavyakanta asked about tapas, Bhagavan is showing him way to her heart, Hridayam. He says, Bhagavan's Upadesha is from where the mind arises, where the I thought arises. You trace the I thought to its source, you will find that the I thought arises in the Hridayam, from the Hridayam. And that the mind will go back there, just like sleep. In sleep also it is going there, but unaware, no avadhana. But in waking state, the mind enters there consciously. We call it samadhi, and that is tapas. So what he is asking is not some doing, he is asking about the state of samadhi. And Bhagavan is revealing that the state is where the mind goes back to the source from where it arises. To the same source it returns. Vanda valiye po. Endha valiya vandudho, andha valiya po. எந்த வழியாக வெளியில் வந்ததோ அந்த வழியாக உள்ளே போ, வந்த இடத்துக்கே போ, எங்கே வந்ததோ அங்கே திரும்ப போ. அதுதான் தபஸ். அப்போது idayamē sārvāy, take refuge in the heart, habituate the mind to stay in the heart. See, the holiest of the thing is the darshanam of Bhagavan. And even in photos you can see that it is the Shuddhananda Bharati. He has sung about Bhagavan, where he says, Ulladangum Parvai. Something like that, So, Ulladangi and the Nada Bindu, like Arumukam, அது என்ன பாட்டது முகம் ஒன்றே வருமே ஒரு முகமா ஒன்றே அதே மாதிரி பகவான் பேரில் பாடியிருக்கார் ஏறுமயில் மாதிரியே அதுலேயே மாதிரி பகவான் பேரில் பாடியிருக்கார் அதில் ஒரு லைன் இது உள்ளடங்கி அந்த உன்னை பார்க்கும் முகம் ஒன்றே அப்படின்னு வரும் அது ஹிருதயத்துக்குள்ளே அந்த மனம் அடங்கி அந்த பார்க்கும் முகம் he sings the Bhagavan's darshanam is where the mind has merged in the heart, remaining in that state he looks at you. That is initiation. Vikshame disha chakshushim. Aduvedan diksha. Enga varudhu? Vikshame disha chakshushim. Chakshushi diksha. The Naina diksha. It is not simply looking. He is looking Parademai Parpan. As Muruganar also sung. Parademai Parpan. He looks at me without looking. He is not looking. Just his eyes are open, that's all. Bhagavan himself gave the example. The window is open, no person there. Parademai Parpan. So it's open. He is looking at the āṇmā, the Swarupa, and with that one vision, it is called Vedha Diksha. Vedha Diksha means the initiation of the spiritual powers penetration. It goes in Vedha means digging deep. It goes deep inside and awakens the same force within. The inner one needs a suggestion, that's all, from outside. Even Mahavakya is a suggestion. The suggestion you get, the inner one wakes up. One suggestion from outside, the inner fire wakes up. வெளியிலேருந்து ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்கிற உள்ள முழிச்சுன்னு அந்த வஸ்து அது சொல்லக்கூட வேண்டாம் சொல்லாது சொல்லி தான் இங்கே மெத்தட் இல்லையா சொல்லாது சொல்லி நீ சொல்லற நில் என்று அதுவும் சொல்லலை சும்மா இருந்தாய் இருந்ததை இருந்தபடி இருந்து காட்டி what exists is being revealed by abiding in that. So this is the second half of the work. Idayamē sārvāy, reach the heart. This is the thing for which the sadhaka is struggling. It's so much tapas. Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni had to ask this question. How will it enter the heart? See, there is no gift. And gift will not stay. Even with Bhagavan. It is not simply that Bhagavan gave that state and somebody can take it home. Ramakrishna's disciple, all his disciples, after Sri Ramakrishna's Samadhi, they were doing immense austerity in Varanasi, Kashi, and somewhere in Himalayas, many places. And one Swami Brahmananda was the most favorite to Ramakrishna, almost like Vivekananda. He was doing so much tapasya in Kashi. Then one devotee asked, Maharaj, Ramakrishna has given you everything. He considered you as his Manasaputra, mind-born son. He has given you everything. Then why are you struggling so much? Then he said, Thakur has given us everything. He has given me everything. But I have to know that he has given me. Always this is the thing. It is not simply with the Guru. Already you are having that. But to know that, all this struggle. And that knowing, the very process of knowing the simplest, intimate thing, we have forgotten. Upanishad means something very, very nearby. Upa means samipe, very nearby, intimate. Nishat, nishidati means that which sits very close to you. Nothing can be closer to you than Atma. It is so close, and with all that, you fail to look at it. Your look is the only sadhana. Your gaze is the only sadhana. You are gazing here, there, looking at everything. Idanai nokkade, adanai nokkade. Muruganars. Actually, it is Bhagavan's song only from Guru Vachaka Kavita. இல்லை பகவான் இதில் இருக்குது, உள்ளது ணாற்பது கமெண்ட்ரியில் இருக்குது. அதுவும் இல்லாமல் இல்லை, பகவானோட வார்த்தை தான் அது, குருவாச்சக கோவை அது. இதனை நோக்காதே அதனை நோக்காதே. பகவான் says, do not look at this or do not look at that. எதனையும் நோக்காதிருப்பின். See, your gaze, your looking power is simply the entire wealth is this attention. It is spilling out through the eyes, through the ears, through the nose, through the tongue, like sesame seeds going out. It is very difficult to collect. Yadanayum nokkadu iruppin. You train yourself not to look at anything. Madan Sher Chidananda Parappu Nokkam Porulavai. Then you become that infinite I. It is not that you are seeing anything. Your very being is the I. Infinity is the vision. Infinity is the seer. Infinity is the seen. அந்த பார்வைங்கிறது அப்படி இருக்கிறவாளுக்கு தான் சரிக்கு ரிஷிங்கிறது தமிழில் டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணால் பார்ப்பான். நம்ம பார்ப்பான்னா பிராமணனுக்கு பேருன்னு நினச்சோன்னா அப்புறம் திட்டுற பேராக எடுத்தது. பார்ப்பான்னா ரிஷி, ஒன் ஹூ இஸ் த சீயர். யார் பார்க்கிறானோ அவன் பார்ப்பான். அவன் பார்க்கிறான்னா எதையாவது பார்க்கலை, அவனோட பார்வையே அனந்தமான பார்வை. பார்க்கப்படுற பொருளும் அனந்தம், பார்க்கிறவனும் அனந்தம், பார்வையும் அனந்தம். அப்போ ரெண்டு இருக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா ரெண்டு அனந்தமே இருக்க முடியாது. பார்க்கிறவன், பார்க்கப்படுற பொருள், பார்வை எல்லாம் ஒன்று தான். த சீயர், த சீன், த சீயிங் இஸ் ஆல் இன்ஃபினிட். as the Mandukya Karika says, ஞானேன ஆகாஷகல்பேன. ஞானம் is like ஆகாஷா, like space. ஞானேன ஆகாஷகல்பேன தர்மான்யோ ககனோபமான. Dharma means all this. Whatever is seen is also like gagana. Gagana also akasha. The knowledge is infinite like akasha. And what is grasped by that is also infinite like akasha. And the knower, ṇēya abhinnena sambuddhaha. The knower is not different from that. He is not standing away and seeing it. Tam vande dvipadam varam. That adorable being who walked this earth like any one of us in two legs. Gaudapadacharya says Dvipada. Dvipada means he also walked. Ramana Maharshi also walked in 2 legs. Buddha also walked in 2 legs. Krishna also walked in 2 legs. Shankaracharya also walked in 2 legs. He is like you and me. Same body, same problems around everything. But his real being is Akasha. He says his knowledge is infinite. His knowingness is infinite. What he knows is also infinite. So that infinitude alone is. So, that is Brahma. The nature of I is infinity. Nature of Aham is infinity. Hridaya kuhara madhye kevalam brahma matram. Only Brahman. Actually, only Brahman you can experience. Nothing else you can experience. I am seeing all of you. But I cannot experience you. I can only see you. We think seeing is very, very important. Many things you might see, but not be true. Including my own body, I can only see or sense the touch. Nothing more. But my own I, the experience of I am, what is it? Is it seeing? Is it smelling? Is it touching? In a dark room, you feel the I am. And that I am, sometimes before, many years before, this profound knowledge, I was speaking to 40 persons, and all of them were below 5 years. Nursery class. To them, by question, answer, talking, and to them I asked, how do you know about this I when you sit in a dark room? One bright boy stood up and said, it is my presence. He said, presence. Sannidhyam, Sannidhi. So it's always you are carrying that. That is Arunachala, that is Ramana, that is Brahma. இது பார்க்குறதோ அதுக்குள்ள அதுதான். சக்ஷுஷா ந பஷ்யதி ஏன சக்ஷூம்ஷி பஷ்யதி ததேவ பிரம்ம துவம் வித்தி நேதம் யதிதம் உபாசதே. நீ உபாசனை பண்ணுற, நீ உபாசனைனா உபாசனை மட்டும் இல்லை, எனிதிங் நீ பார்க்குறே அதெல்லாம் இல்லை. எது இருக்கிறதுனால கண்ணு பார்க்குறதோ, by which the eyes are able to see, that which is looking through the eyes, not that which is seen. That which is there inside and looks through the eyes. Ena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshan shamaithunan. எதுனால ரூப ரச கந்தங்கள்லாம் தெரியறதோ அது, by which all the sensory experiences are experienced, that pure experience of I, that aham. See, the simple thing is that you have to stay with that. So taṉணai எண்ணி ஆழ் மனத்தால், நான் யாருன்னு தன்னோட ஸ்வரூபத்தை எண்ணினா இங்கே விசாரம் பண்ணி, ஆழ்மனத்தால் மனம் உள்ள அந்தர்முகமாக போகணும், நிதித்தியாசனம் பண்ணணும். அதுதான் நிதித்தியாசனம். இந்த அகமகம் என அல்லும் பகலற ராப்பகலா இந்த இருப்பை நாடிண்டே இருக்கும். இருப்பில் இருப்பாய் இருந்து கொண்டே taṉணai எண்ணி ஆழ் மனத்தால். Allow the mind to merge in the heart by seeking the I thought, by the I am. If you find it difficult, a help is being given. To Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni, Bhagavan gave a help of mantra. Because he was already doing that, so Bhagavan said, seek where the mantra arises. Here Bhagavan is saying, Ulladu. I think Tamil, Sanskritila the clarity illiyo. Hridaya kuhara madhye kevalam brahmamatram ह्यहमहमिति साक्षादात्मरूपेण भाति हृदि विषमनसास्वं चिन्वता मजता va. Either make the mind directly behold the I am. You don't need to do self-inquiry. நான் யார் விசாரெல்லாம் பண்ண வேண்டாம். ஆக்சுவலி பகவான் நிறைய பேர் பகவானோட அடியார்கள்லாம் விசாரமே பண்ணலை. Muruganar and many of them, they knew this method, but they did not practice like us sitting in the old hall. One look of Bhagavan or one word from Bhagavan was enough for them. Just the recognition of the jewel happened, which you are already carrying in your neck and searching here, there, over. Tadasmi Prabhu, I am that, over. If not possible, you are able to get a glimpse of faith in it, but you are not able to stay there. If you find it difficult, then adanudan, along with the enquiry, while you are doing the enquiry, along with the enquiry, vāyu, அல்லது vāyu adanudan all. Let the prana also be taken care of. See, the whole entire spiritual practice is two things. One is pranopasana, then atma-vichara. The entire Vedic literature contains only these two things. One is prana, the other is brahma vidya. That's all. Before that, there is karma. That is different. Kenopanishad பாஷ்யம் ஆரம்பிக்கிற போது இது சொல்கிறார், சமாப்த பிராணோபாசனஸ்ய பிரம்ம வித்யா ஆரம்பியதே. ஆஃப்டர் ஃபினிஷிங் த பிராணோபாசனா, நவ் பிரம்ம வித்யா ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ். ஸோ பிராணோபாசனா மீன்ஸ் என்டையர் லைஃப் இஸ் பிராணோபாசனா. It is not simply breath control. Food is also pranopasana, sleep is also pranopasana, your activities are pranopasana, sensory operations are all pranopasana, because it's all prana. All the senses are made of prana only. Sapta pranaha prabhavanti tasmat saptachusha samidha sapta jihvaha sapta ime loka yeshu charanti prana guhashaya nihita sapta sapta. All the senses are prana. Objects are prana. It goes out through the sensory apertures and swallows prana and exhausts prana also. So it's all prana's plane, the plane of prana. So putting the life in order itself is pranayama. It's not simply centered in nose. Every activity is pranayama. That is why Krishna said in Gita, yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. The middle path, what the Buddhists speak about middle path, madhyamika. This is the Buddhist term that they use, madhyamika. Everything in the center. Nothing is being overdone. And the right order is found out. It needs lot of attention. That is why they had to speak so much about mindfulness, so much of alertness. Every bit of waking state, if it is put in order. Somebody asked Bhagavan, how to control dreams while sleeping? So much of dream comes. Bhagavan said, if you can control dream while alive, then naturally it will be controlled. Mostly we live in dreams and we create dreams. All these movies, serial, everything is dream. We enjoy dream more than this waking state. So putting everything in order, ritam, that is what the mantra is. Ritam in English is order. In Sanskrit also rhythm means order. It's a Sanskrit word, it's actually. Ritagum satyam param brahma purusham krishna pingalam. It is rhythm, that order. Thala. வாழ்க்கை இப்போ வேதாளமாக இருக்குது. இல்லை வேதாளம்னா தலைகீழ தொங்கிறது தானே, தாளமே இல்லை. அப்போ தாளம் ஸ்ருதி, அது மாதிரி ரிதம் சத்தியம். You are aware of the truth and you put everything in order. And prana shraddha also is a method. Bhagavan here accepts it. You give attention to prana. In fact, in talks one place, Bhagavan directly says, directly inquiring into the source of the I thought is much easier than paying attention to prana. It will look very simple actually. Pranayama as pratyavekshana pranayama is very simple. You need not even learn with anybody. Generally, it is not advised that you will do pranayama. Don't do it. But simple pranayama of sitting straight and just paying attention to the ingoing and outgoing breath. Not putting any effort. You try, then you find the mind runs here, there. No, you are not able to pay attention. Very simple. It's only bodha avekshana. Every moment you become aware. And the Ayurvedic people, you know what they say? You become intensely aware of the breath going inside and coming out. Inside and coming out. The avadhana becomes a vehicle to you. That is, the attention becomes a vehicle. Vehicle means what? You sit in it and travel. Like that, the attention becomes so sharp, then you can board this prana and enter the body and see everything inside, what is happening. Kathala tiffin சாப்பிட்டதெல்லாம் இப்போ இட்லி எல்லாம் என்ன பண்றது பார்த்துட்டு வரலாம். You can see every bit. You can travel in the breath and go inside and see every inch of your body. You need not cut another body and see. As the medically what they do. You need not, because the dead body can never reveal what the alive body is doing. As our modern medicine has found out that this is so, that is why when you go to an hospital, they don't leave you that easily, because they can study. When you are alive, open, and when the doctor is doing surgery, students will be there. You cannot see your heart, they can see. So everything. But to see, so the prana is so powerful an instrument that the prana vidya is a science in itself. It's very difficult, because that is why you see it's like collecting the sesame seed that has scattered everywhere. Like that, collecting the prana from here, there, your prana, if suppose you have 100 kilo prana, 2 kilos of prana is sitting in your slipper. You go and suddenly see that the slipper is not there. Who took my slipper? Don't know. And next day, unfortunately, I have the same kind of slipper. You see, oh, that is what Swami is doing. Prana is lost there. The prana sits in mindness. Prana sits in hunger. Prana sits in thirst. Prana sits in sleep. More you sleep, prana is lost. Don't sleep, prana is lost. Niddirayalum ninaivadiyalum manam moodamiha shiraliyum. Devikalotaram, by nidra and by thought. Both will make you bankrupt. Too much sleep will make you bankrupt. No sleep also. And ninaivu, thoughts. Simple way you can say Bhagavan's teaching. Many places in talks, Bhagavan says, the secret is thoughtlessness. Yogashitta vritti nirodha. But the cause for thought, you have to take care of the cause for thinking. That is Vedanta. You try to control the thought by effort. That is yoga. But both are needed. Somehow become a great miser in thinking. Become very miserly in spending your thoughts. Maya, what is Maya? It appears in some form and compels you to think. And opposite to Maya, what? Brahman, Atman, Jnanam is not opposite to Maya. It is a witness to Maya also. It is not concerned whether you are in Maya or whether you are in this or free or anything. Opposite to Maya is the Guru Tattvam. That Guru Tattvam, that power, that Guru principle is the only force which is opposite to Maya. It makes you go to the source. It tells you don't think. Bhagavan's one Mahavakya is to think is not your real nature. I don't think anyone else has said that. To think is not your real nature. So the secret is that Yogashitta vritti nirodha. Over. Sadhana is that. But why should chitta vritti come? And what is chitta vritti? Chitta vritti is energy, prana. Every bit of thought is prana. Like fire spills out sparks. Like that, some force from this center. This is the cauldron. From here, sparks come. It appears, sometimes it appears here, then it appears outside. You have the imagination of a aircraft, and after some years aircraft comes. You have the imagination of going to the moon, after some years you go to moon. Yat sankalpaha tat kratur bhavati. Yat kratuhu tat sankalpaha tad abhisampadhyate. The Shruti says, as you have sankalpa, you do karma, action. And as you do karma, you become that. So the whole process, like fire emitting sparks. Agni vandu இப்படி தீப்பொறிகளை விட்டுண்டே இருக்கிற மாதிரி உள்ள இருக்கிற அந்த அந்தர்யாமி தேவத்தை துப்பிண்டே இருக்கு சங்கல்பங்களை. It is spilling out. yata sudiptat pavakat vispulingaha sahasrashah prabhavante sarupāha tathaksharat somya bhavaha prajayante tatra chaivapiyanti. As the a flame, fire, it spits out sparks. Like that, from the antaryami bhavaha, so many bhavas, so many moods, so many imaginary molds are arising. And in that mold you might create many things, put many things, and many things will come out. And everything that arises here can go back there also. And that fire, that is Arunachala fire. That fire you worship. You merge there, āṇmā-v-āha, adanudan, there the prana. All that old can be given to him. So that's what he is saying. The body, the mind, the ego. So, idayamē sārvāy taṉணai eṇṇi Ulladu vāyu adanudan āṇmā. You can directly go to the heart or take the help of breath, prana. If you are not able to get roosted in the heart, positioned in the heart, Bhagavan says porundi iruttal in Tamil. Very, very powerful usage. It's like a bird which, roosting dana na enakku doubt adinaltha. What will you say? It sits on the egg. Is it roosting? Incubation. Hatching. For hatching, it sits. Hatching is done by the egg, but the bird sits on it. That roosting. Right. So, that roosting, Bhagavan uses that word. You can see it puts the egg and sits on it. And Ramakrishna also uses the same word because that bird, the eyeballs will be almost blank when it sits there, because the whole attention will be there. And Ramakrishna tells Mahendranath Gupta, he tells, if you can, bring me a photo of a yogi whose eyes will be like that. You can see Bhagwan, Kanchi, Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swami's one photo is there, where he will be doing japam, and the eyes will be half open, and you can see the eyes are not seeing. They are not looking outside. Pashyan apina pashyati. Sachakshuhu achakshuriva. Eyes are there but not seeing. So, idayamē sārvāy āṇmā, the prana is withdrawn. Whole tapasya is to handle the prana. Upasana is to handle the prana. Control of food, control of sleep, control of time. Time is prana. Because time is one powerful force which either can liberate you or can put you in bondage. You have time. Anything can happen. Life is time. You are born and you are going to die in between. What exists? Only time. Kala, swabhava, karma. Bhagavata says this is all Ishvara Swarupa. Time, nature, character, action, survival instinct, all this instinct can work inside the duration, time. And Ishvara himself is called the mighty time, Mahakala. So, āள் மனத்தால் vāyu adanudan āள் மனத்தால். Controlling the breath also, you do enquiry. Hold on to the breath and merge in the heart and enquire, who am I? What is this I? Thus, making the mind take a dip, 1, 2, 3, like that. Every moment it takes a dip in the heart, and it merges there. Thus, āṇmā will nishtan avai, become firmly established in the hridayas bindu, hridaya kendra, atmanishtan avai. You become atmanishta. Atmavila nishta. இதுதான் சாஸ்திரத்தால குருவால எல்லாம் பண்ண வேண்டியது. வழியுள் அடக்க வலைப்படு புல்போல் உளமும் ஒடுங்குரும் உந்தீப்பற. ஒடுக்க உபாயம் இது உந்தீப்பற. பிராணன்தான் வழி. பிராணனை அடக்க மனமும் அடங்கும். சம்டைம்ஸ் சில பேருக்கு யோக சம்ஸ்காரம் இருக்கும், அவளுக்கு பிராணனை அடக்கித்தான் பண்ணியாகணும். Some aspirants will have the samskar of yoga. For them that is very important. Prana Vidya is very important. And Prana Vidya can happen only when the food, ahara, because prana gets fuel from food. So food is taken care of. Ultimately you will see every bit of your life you have to pay attention. In the beginning we will say, you need not care of all that. You do self-enquiry, everything will be over. Ramakrishna had a disciple, Girish Chandra Ghosh. He said, Thakur, rescue me, I am a sinner. All the wine bottle that I have drunk, one by one, if I keep it will touch Everest, cross Everest. So much of I have done, rescue me. Ramakrishna said, okay, I will give you mantra diksha, you do japam in the morning, afternoon, evening, night. He said, if I can do so much, why should I come to you? I cannot do that. Then Ramakrishna said, at least to do morning. I don't know. I never see morning. Because whole night I will be doing drama, theatrical performance. Then at least night is the most important time. Very busy in theatre. And I am a totally shattered person. I cannot do anything. Then Ramakrishna said, give your power of attorney to me. I will do for you. What should I do? You say surrender. I give completely to you. Girish Chandra Ghosh said, aha, I was searching for such a guru who will take everything. Here I give. Is it true? Ramakrishna asked, yes, every bit it is true. After that, Girish Ghosh said, I thought this is the simplest way, but now I find that I am deceived because I cannot even breathe without his permission. Now my all time, my all effort, my whole will, everything is gone. And that is the giving the whole, full. Arivadanga vāyu adanga asaivattu தரியிருந்தார் போல சமாதி பெறுதி. இது ஒழிவிலொடுக்கம். இது படிக்கிறதுக்கே கஷ்டமாக இருக்கணுமா அது வர ஸோ so prana vidya is given. We will see this prana vidya tomorrow also. यतो ममात्मा भवसि त्वमेव ततो न वाच्यं मम किञ्चिदस्ति यथा तवेष्टं कुरु मां तथैव त्वाम् आत्मनाथं रमणं भजामि.